Hello everyone, you are welcome to another video session of Python for All, PY4A. In today's video, we will discuss another important topic in Python, which is called the main guard. The main guard is a conditional statement that is used to control when a block of code is executed. The block of code is only executed if the file being run directly and not imported from another module. We have looked at functions and modules. Right inside your Moodle file, you have functions or classes, okay, or a combination of both. Now, when you have in your Moodle file, you can decide what happens when you execute your Moodle file, what should happen. And then when the Moodle file is imported, what should happen. What decides that is exactly what we are discussing here, known as the main guard. Is a conditional statement. Syntactically, Python's Dunder name equals to the main Dunder name, okay, is an idiom that is just a normal conditional block. In other words, the double underscore name, which is equal to in quotation mark, double underscore main, double underscore, okay, is a conditional block which is also known as the main guard in Python. It allows you to execute code when the file is run. It allows you to execute code when the file runs as a script, but not when it is imported as a module. What we mean is this. Once you have this conditional statement in a module file, any code under that conditional statement, as in other words, is being executed when you run the file as a script. But when you import the file as a module, that block of code under this conditional statement will not be executed. So actually we use this functionality to test a lot of our code during development such that we can execute the Moodle file to see um, how the functions or classes in that Moodle, if it actually work or if the code is being broken, just to test this functionality so that when that code is imported, any block of code under this conditional statement will not run. Now, at its core, the idiom is a conditional statement that checks whether the value of the variable name, that's the dunder name, is equal to the string main. We will still talk about this when we talk about the global variables in my subsequent videos. But I will summarize this so that you have a better idea of what we are referring to here. If the double underscore name double underscore equals double underscore main double underscore expression is true, then the indented code or codes following that conditional statement executes. If this conditional, which is the dunder name equals to the dunder main, is false, then Python skips the indented code or codes, following that conditional statement. So Python sets the global dunder name, which is the trailing and um, preceding underscore of name of a module, to equal to main if the Python interpreter runs your code at the top level code environment. What that means is that whenever you define your Moodle file, you have a Moodle file name and you have the function. And like we said when we talked about modules, it's always advisable that the name of your function, okay, is your Moodle file is named, same as your function name, something like that, to for ease of for ease of identification, okay, and access. So now what happens is that if you now double click or you run that script, if you run that script, what happens is that the Python global variable, it sets the name of that Moodle file. That's where the dunder name. The dunder name is talking about the name of the file, okay, to main. In other words, if you run the script, of course, the global name variable, which is equal to main, is true. So all the codes under that conditional statement will be executed. But if you import that file into another module, because you are not running it, Definitely the name is not equal to main because the file is not being run, it's being imported. So the block of code under that conditional statement will not be executed. Let's see examples shortly. Now let's look at this example. I define this function annuity that takes a value of each payment, an interest rate per period, and number of periods. You can see that in the doc string. Okay, and it returns the present value and the future value. And then you have the present value and the future value coded here and returns FV and PV. Then I define another function main. In here, this main does not take in any input argument. Rather, what it does is that it calls the annuity function. And here I'm calling the annuity function for a present value of $2,000, rate of 2%, and period of a number of years of 5. Then I can now say print. So, like I was saying, now we want to print the present value. I'm using the F string present value, you know, to two decimal place, and the future value to two decimal place. Then I'll proceed right inside. You see, right inside the same. This is a Moodle file, right? You can do this using any of the IDE. Okay, do it in the the editor of the IDE. You get same results. So here I now define if name is equal to main, execute the main function. Now, what's the main function? The main function simply calls the annuity function. Now, what happens here is this: if I run this script, okay, the condition Donda name, which is the preceding and the trailing underscore name, is actually equal to main, Python's global variable. It is true. So if I run it as a script, it is true. So it will execute that main. In other words, it will run all the block of code in main, the main function. But if I import this as a module, then it is false. That condition is false. It means that that main function will not be executed. So what I will have in my namespace will be the function annuity and the main function. Then I can now decide to call annuity and then pass in any input variables I want. Likewise, I can also call the main function because both of them are imported into the namespace. We'll see how we use this when we go deeper during our practical life session. We'll write more functions, and then when we get to classes, you see how this is very, very handy and helpful. Now, let me run this script to have this in my namespace right away. I'll run it. I have it in my namespace. Can you see? The condition is true because I'm running this as a file. You see, it prints what? The present value and the future value. Okay. Now, let's kind of also show you what exactly when we talk about the Donda name, what it is. So let me print now. In this case, let me print annuity.name or print name because I want to see what is in my namespace. So if I run this code to print name, what do you see? Main. So in other words, it tells you that what it is main. You get the point. It tells you it is main. Now, also, let me go back here. Let's also enter and print what I removed and say annuity dot name. Right? I'm calling that global variable name. If I run this, what do we have? You see, it's telling you that the name of that Moodle file is annuity. That's the name in the namespace. And if you print name, it says it is main. So if you execute this script, this condition will be true. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to explain here. But if you import the module, this condition is false. This same code that I have here, I will show you very shortly. I Let me open back this is my working directory. Right in the working directory, I already have that annuity.py, the module file. This same function that I've written in Jupyter Notebook, I have it in my working directly. I open it for you. See, it opens on this tab. It's called annuity.py, and then same. And you see right in there, I have the annuity function and the main function, and I have the main guard, the Python global conditioner. You can see it there, right inside this place. So okay, now having seen that, let's go back now. So what happens? I'll go back to my notebook. So in my notebook, I'll go back here. Let me import Now, because this notebook is in the same working directory, okay, so I can import that Moodle file annuity or the Moodle annuity. And then let me print annuity. I've imported it and let me print annuity.name, the Donda name, and then let me print Donda name. Let's see what we have in our namespace. So if you run this again, what do you have? It tells you that exactly, since I've imported it as a Moodle file. If I call print name, it tells you it is true. Name, main rather. Now, because I've imported into the main space, you see that by importing it, right? By importing it as a Moodle, the main function does not get executed. Therefore, I can now use my imported Moodle, okay, which is annuity, and call the function inside that Moodle, which is also what annuity. I can now say future value, present value is equal to annuity dot annuity. We use a dot notation. So the Moodle is annuity, okay. The function annuity is inside the Moodle, and then I pass in the value of the present, the value of or the amount to be $2,000 rate. And if we run this script, what do we have? It prints exactly same result. Now, let me also show you that here, let's call again, let's call main, let's call annuity. This time around, annuity, the Moodle file, and then I call the main function because I've imported annuity, right? As soon as I import annuity, the global conditioner is false. So the main function will not run. So I can call annuity dot the annuity and then pass in my input. Also, I can call that same main function that should normally be executed when you run the Moodle or the script. When you run the script. So let's call this. Let's see what we have. If I call it, you see, it prints, it calls, it runs exactly, it runs the main. It calls the main. And right inside the main function, what do we have? Right inside the main function, we are calling what? The same annuity. So this main guard is very, very important so that we can write our code, write our functions, whatever functions we have. Then we can write a main function to test its functionality such that when we execute the script, we'll see how the function behaves. And when the module is imported into another program, it is not, the main function is not executed. So you see that this is very, very helpful. Ongoing from this point, in most of our function, our Moodle files, when we're writing our packages, by having classes in our Moodle files, we'll be putting to use, okay, this Python main guard, which is the global conditioner. With this, we have come to the end of this video. I intend that it should be very short. So if you have any question or you still feel a little bit confused about this, I'll ask you to watch the video again and then drop your question in the comment section. I will attend to it. Please give a thumbs up to this video, share this video so that those who are not connected or who don't have access to this video can easily connect. Okay, please, if you are watching my video, subscribe to this channel. It's just a way of trying to encourage us, to push out more content. Okay, click the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload any new video. Until then, I will see you in my next video. Bye.